Hello guys, and welcome to another React. Today I'm reacting to SmugAlana. I've seen a couple of her reacts a long time ago, and this video popped up. I think it's just released today, the day that I'm recording this. So it's pretty new. Women go after married men more. It's her going over some posts, I guess, tweets and stuff. And I gotta say to the title, like, of course they do. Women want what other women have, and then men don't want something used. So, obviously the behaviors will be inverted, but I'm curious to see what this 20-minute long video will be about. Let's see. Let's find out. What is this song from? I've heard so many YouTubers use this song.
Married men, is this a real phenomenon? Oh boy.
Yes, yes it is.
Myself. Why does my husband get hit on more since we got married and I get hit on less?
Because he's desirable. He's already been vetted by another woman. Therefore, he's a good one. So get him. And you are now confirmed used. It's really that simple.
Who's gonna tell her?
It's really, I just did. It's really that simple.
Oh, jeez. Okay. I'm a 24-year-old woman and my husband 25, and I've been married for 2 years. Ah, that's so cute. Over that time, I've noticed something interesting and honestly a little confusing. Since getting married, he seems to be getting hit on more often while I get hit on less.
I'm sorry. I mean, I know that's the whole point of this, but like, is it really that confusing that you had to go make a tweet or post or whatever asking about it? Is this not common knowledge that women just want things that other women have and men don't want used things? I thought everybody knew this.
Fuck. Oh no. Oh jeez, okay. What's weird is that I haven't changed much. I've stayed pretty much the same in terms of looks and how I carry myself. And anything, I feel even more confident and secure in myself than I did before, but that...
Women like confidence. Women like security. Men don't want you to be confident and secure. We don't care about that. Guys don't care about that. They care how nice you are. They care how hot you are, and they care how available you are. Women care about all that other stuff. So why would you think guys would like you more? Because you feel confident and secure. If anything, that's a turnoff. Some men prefer you insecure, because then you're easier to manipulate. I say some men.
Attention I used to get from men has noticeably dropped off. Meanwhile, my husband seems to attract more attention from women than he ever did when he was single.
Damn, I'm not available anymore. And now I'm potentially full of myself. I know that's not what she's saying. I'm exaggerating. Why don't men want me now?
I've wondered if it's because women are more drawn to men who are taken, while men tend to back off once they realize that a woman is married or unavailable.
Of course. Why would you go after an unavailable person? Also, she's used.
Is it that simple, or is there something else going on here? Has anyone else experienced something like this?
Look at the chat. Guys, get a fake wedding ring to increase your dating life. True. True.
She got it? Okay, good.
I guess. I don't know.
She got it. A little bit. I don't know. Let me read this. All honest women will tell you this is true. It's pretty simple. 2, if Sleazy. If a man is married, another woman has done all the hard work of finding, refining, and catching.
Refining? What the fuck?
Yeah. He's a good catch. I mean...
Refining? Alright, women, I need an explanation on this one. What the fuck does that mean? Is there like a standard process of like emotionally manipulating your boyfriend until he meets your desired personality traits before you... Is it like, what? What is the refining process?
You know, it's true. Yeah.
Look, it's posted by a girl, if you believe that profile picture.
He's married, it must be worth something. Yes, dude! Oh my gosh.
Bro got smelted, it says in the chat. That's hilarious.
Women
Majority of men respect the ring. A lot of women see it as a challenge. Oh my god.
find men that are taken by their women more attractive, made choice by copying. Yes, I do not understand it. I'm willing to bet at least partly on the not caring about other women anymore attitude that comes with being an honest married dude. Married plus no interest might come off as competent and out of reach. What if it's like a challenge or something? What if it's a challenge? You want to cool off for the summer? I got the perfect thing for you.
What's happening?
Damn it! Fuck! Fuck you! I got the perfect thing. SmugAlana Waifu Cup, only for 2 weeks. Grab yours now. Don't forget to click the link in the video description below. Don't miss out. Not even just Mary's.
That, I was not expecting that. I just kind of like broke internally for a second. It was like 3D and it was vertical and it was like pixelated. What?
Single, well, guys get ignored by women, but the moment you get into a relationship, BAM! All of a sudden women are hitting on you. It's bizarre. Okay. It's a matter of confidence, competence, and commitment. Women find those traits attractive. Married men, good husbands, have such traits. Men who are masters of themselves and know their own character are especially appealing. Self-sacrificial men and of unyielding conviction. I also think, like, if I think about it this way, if you get the bag and you marry your wife, like you're married, you're happy and married with your woman. I bet you, like, you become more confident. Like, does that not,
and
like,
women like confidence.
Something? Yeah, like, maybe you're just exuding that kind of confidence.
Yeah, and women like confidence, so much so that that woman didn't even understand that guys do not generally care about confidence. She could not understand that. I mean, maybe, I don't know, like, she was 24. And you don't know that men and women are different by that point?
Ring that attracts women? You really think so? Like, they just see a ring and they just, like, fucking want to drop their pants? Yeah. I thought this was a meme, man. You're telling me somebody, like, studied this or something? And wrote a paper on it? I found one that says up in his
everything gets studied.
Banter. I don't know, man. Cheap wedding rings near me. This guy gets it! This guy gets it!
I feel like my whole life, well, at least from the point of being a teenager onwards, I've always gotten just like attention from women. I didn't have to be with someone. I remember I was with someone at one point and this girl was being really nice to me. And then the person I was dating threatened to kill her, like literally kill her if she so much as looked in my direction. Totally ignored that red flag, by the way. But I feel like in my case, it hasn't affected much. But I have to say, I don't like the way women hit on guys. I don't like it. It's weird. They hit on guys a lot of the time by making themselves available. They do whatever they can to indicate to you that they want you to walk up and start talking to them. Or maybe they'll start talking to you and following you around and then prompt you to call them, prompt you to do like it. They don't take initiative, like in my experience, ever. Even if they take the initiative of approaching you and saying something, in my experience, they will set it up in a way so it's like, oh, well, here's my number. So if you want to call, like, they don't just ask for yours. They don't ask you up front, do you want to do something? They just like, hey, look at me, come over to me. I'm looking at you. I'm smiling at you. Hey, I'm talking to you. So now you can do the next thing. It's like a prompt to get you to do your job. It's so weird. I hate it. I ignore every person that does that.
Cheap
every person that does that.
Near me.
I hate it. And it happens a lot.
Yeah, maybe someone wrote a paper on this or something. I want like actual fucking. It's called selection bias.
My husband won't stop nutsing me. Help! My husband has been enjoying pulling all those nuts traps on me, and it's been months now. I'm not as quick-witted, so I just deep sighing or eye rolling, and occasionally asks him, "Do you love me?" Is there any way I can do? Is there any way I can do to get him? All right, lady, work on your fucking writing.
Some women are more attracted to a man, maybe because of someone who already chose him. Yes, it's real. Is there like actually some sort of paper I can look up? Like, obviously there are women who like married men, but I thought it was like, I don't know, like a hag thing, maybe. Most likely it was studies. Psychology students need to write something after.
You know what I don't understand? A majority of young men are single because women are dating older men. The majority of older women are probably single because if you're single after the age of 30, your chances of having someone notice you just go down and down and down and down and down and down. Why don't the really young men start dating like the really old women? And then, you know, they die. And then at this point, as a man, you're now, you know, older. Now you get one of the young women. You know? And you get all the money, right, from inheritance and life insurance. So not only are you older, which women enjoy, but you now have a lot of money, which women enjoy. Like, why don't we just do that? Why don't we just start pairing like 18-year-old men with 50-plus-year-old women, and then by the time they're 40, right in the prime of where women will just go, ooh, they're like rich because their dead wife, you know? I feel like that would be great.
But this is like serious. I'm being serious. I'm not saying like, oh, it's like some stupid thing. Like a fetish. You're telling me this is like real and common? I don't believe it. I'm looking it up.
I believe it.
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
I believe it.
Like, what do we frame it as? Like, female selection bias for married men? Is there a female selection bias for married men?
Of course there is. Of course there is.
Let's read it. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum. Yes, there can be a female selection bias for married men.
Don't read the AI.
Women may be more likely to seek out or be attracted to married men. Potentially due to factors like perceived stability, status, or a subconscious challenge to existing relationships. This can manifest as increased interest or attention from women towards married men after they become married, possibly triggered by the perceived challenge of getting a mate.
Look, AI is just taking sentences from a bunch of different websites and putting them all into one paragraph. That's why this paragraph keeps going.
Married man's attention. Bitches be crazy. Wired to be a homewrecker? Yeah, chat, don't let me find out you're a male weight.
They are.
Is a like is there female structure for
women?
Is it real?
Hired to home make and home wreck.
Hello? Is there
not
Federal
all women.
Reserve. This came from the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta. In summary, while not all cases of marriage involve selection bias, there's evidence that suggests that gender-related biases can influence how marital assets are divided and potentially lead to negative consequences for women.
That sounds unrelated.
Source.
That sounds completely unrelated.
Oh.
My eyes.
Huh. It's gone. Why is it gone? Chat, should I do the Asmon thing and search it in Grok?
In what?
Female selection bias.
The fuck is Grok?
Men real? Question mark. Come on, Grok.
Is this an AI?
Alright. Studies like one by Ava and Wood 2015 suggest women sometimes rate men with partners as more desirable, possibly because they've been pre-vetted or less risky. Evolutionary psychology also points to mate choice copying, where women...
What is the logic behind that? Is it not already well known that women find completely different things attractive in men than each other? Like, whereas men tend to all agree on what is desirable, women do not. And that's why women can look at serial killers and think they're the most romantic and hottest individuals on the planet. This is this like a phenomenon. This is just like the way they're wired. So who cares what another woman pre-vetted? And how does it less risky? It could be more risky, you know? I'm gonna be honest, I don't understand the female brain, and I really don't like the female brain. It doesn't make any sense to me. It seems so counterproductive in every single way.
Use other women's choices as heuristic, like being a whole. Heuristic for quality. However, the effect is in universal context matters, blah, 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 blah. Some argue the bias is overstated or anecdotal, as not all studies replicate the effect consistently. It's also worth noting that pursuing married men can carry a social stigma, which may counteract the bias in practice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I've ever known any Muslim women, but I'm imagining Muslim women are not going after married men. I think if they did that, then if they live in their majority countries, they might just get stoned to death or something.
Okay.
But maybe they still want to. I don't know.
Heuristic? Yeah, I'm gonna say heuristic. Yeah.
How would I say that? Heuristic? 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 I don't know. I don't know what that word means.
What if a married man cheats? Would that make him a worse partner? Yes. Yes, of course. Yeah,
What's worse? A single man that no girl wants? Or a married man that cheated? Who's gonna get a girlfriend first?
Psychologically speaking, so it's unconfirmed at best. Yes. Ask for citation. What are your citations? Make choices copying humans or review evidence. Like 1989 on mate selection, but didn't cite them directly to keep the answer concise. If you want more sources or specifics, let me know. Yes, please show me some more sources.
Did you just say please to an AI? We're gonna have some fun arguments in the future. Like, you're just gonna get to the point where some guy's talking to an AI, like, yo, fucker, yo, bitch, do this thing, you dumb, fake person, like, and then someone's like, whoa, that's rude. What the fuck are you talking about? It's fake. It doesn't have feelings. You know? And we're gonna have some fun arguments about the morality of talking to AI in the future. I can feel it.
Sex differences in human mate preferences, evolutionary hypothesis tested, blah, 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 in 37 cultures. Mate choices copying in humans. Yeah. There's a couple. Look, there's 5. That's something.
I could feel the I'm not reading this shit in that. Yeah.
Okay. Prevetted. Chat, so if you're married, if you are marrying someone, chat, that means I get the benefit of having not to put in that much effort into finding a mate.
I still don't understand this. What's the effort? Do you know how easy it is to find a single guy? And I feel like most single guys will have, contribute, and perform the exact, like, same. You know? Because it's just the average guy. What does the average guy do? Well, that's probably what the average single guy will do when you find him as well. What effort is it? Like, do you know what effort it is to find a good mate as a guy? You look at girls around you. Okay, not hot, not hot. She's hot. She's hot, not hot. She's hotter than those two. 10 out of 10, but that means she's crazy. So ignore her. Go back to that last one. All right, we're going with her. Effort done.
Google says,
I don't know why I
like,
did that.
there's no official... There was an official paper. Like, Google AI says it was removed, and Grok says there's no official study on it, but there's some references. Let me remind everyone, chat, just, like, let me keep this clear that AI is still AI. It's not a real source. I'm looking it up for fun. We're looking it up for funsies, and because there's suspicious lack of anything relevant directly on Google about it, let's try wording it differently. Like, let's do that.
Is this a thing normal human beings do now? Is they just ask AI things? Because I never, ever, ever think to go to an AI for anything. So I don't understand what the hell's happening right now.
Instead, I'm gonna try. Does female selection bias have anything to do with you being married? How do I put this in more concise words? Does female selection bias have anything to do with a man's marital status?
Why does that keyboard sound like that? The wedding ring effect
indicates more women might perceive as pre-vetted. So, but they said the same thing. Yeah. So what if they're saying that if a man is married, it means another woman has already done all the work to like screen them for any problems. Again, it cites three different things.
I still don't understand that. I need a woman to explain this to me. What the fuck? How what does that even mean? How can you pre-vet a guy? Aren't most guys going to be effectively similar?
Check on you. I wonder how the wife's attractiveness plays into it. Like, if you're a girl and you think another girl is really pretty, would you have a stronger selection bias for her husband compared to a girl you don't think is pretty? Like, does her background check
good
have
question.
less value?
Honestly, here's what I think. Pre-vetted, blah, blah, doesn't matter. I think all of this is bullshit. And that this is not a conscious thought. This is just hormonal and instinctive. And there's no reason for it. And this is just that left side of your brain making up bullshit to justify behaviors. That's what I think.
It's a small study. Again, I'm doing this for fun. Guys, don't take this, like, you know, super seriously. This is just for funsies.
Man, yeah, I just had dinner.
Perfect, obviously.
I just AFK'd and had dinner.
Fucking Twitter, I'm full. You know, it's kind of useful. He's got time to think. Sure, I'll press the button. Why not? Boom.
Huh?
Boom! Thinking! Bam! Bam!
Thinking? What?
Sheesh! Yo, Chad, this is my fucking brain going into overdrive.
AI have a think mode?
Why barrel says it matter? Yeah, we've seen this one. That's the same study. There's not that many studies done on it. Let's be realistic. Let's say generously there's probably been like maybe 7 books written on it. Or 7 articles. Yeah. Women copy each other to fit in. Why would one not copy what another woman finds attractive? No, I think it's more so to save time.
I don't understand.
Some girls try to steal married men just to boost their confidence because it makes them think they still got.
I really don't understand how it saves time. Like, women don't find the same thing attractive. They don't. Women find very different things attractive. There's large cohorts of women that like basically G.I. Joe. There's large cohorts of women that like Andy Biersack. The list goes on. There's large cohorts of women that like complete psychos that will murder 100 individuals, but he has a soft side.
Got it? That's so cringe, but like, okay. I mean, if you break it down to like a, how do I say it? If you break it down into like a more animalistic biological approach, it does happen. It makes sense. Some men do it as well. Yeah, I'm sure they do. They're like, oh yeah, I can bag this bitch. Are there researchers done on this kind of topic, or are there only ones that you know of? Sure. Are there
I've never seen a guy in real life want a girl that's taken. It's like, oh, she's taken? Ah, damn. Well, that's fine. There's these other hot girls.
Papers or studies done about this kind of topic? Or are these the only ones you know of?
Let me think about that.
He's thinking, Chad. He's thinking. Some men respect the ring and other
This is not thinking. What is it actually? They're just personifying it with thinking.
men don't want used goods. It is what it is. Of
Yeah.
course.
Exactly.
Of course, chat. Yeah, you can't just do that. Maybe you have morals.
Women want to save time, which I don't understand how that saves any time. Men don't want used goods.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's a couple more. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What beautiful.
Bro, this is with Zoomers, man. The AI just wrote a list. And this fucking Zoomer goes, holy essay. I kid you not, I sent someone like a 4-sentence paragraph once, it was a Zoomer, and he thought I hated him because I wrote him an essay. Zoomers are such a mistake, like, Gen X, you failed your children. Holy crap, dude. You made Zoomers. Zoomers are the reason why in school I had to start learning about how looking down at your phone can cause permanent neck and back problems. How do you let children end up like this?
Was good.
Also, I love how all of that was prompted by just one guy saying holy essay.
Not specifically about marital status. This classic study on the halo effect shows how positive traits of being married can enhance perceptions of attractiveness of worth, which could tie into selection bias. Effects on potential partners' physical attractiveness and socioeconomic status on sexuality and partner selection. Archives of sexual behavior. Ooh, sexy research scientists.
What the fuck?
Yeah. This paper examines how status, which includes marital status, can an attractive influence mate selection, offering insights into why married men might be preferred in certain contexts. Bro, I wish I had this when I was in school. This would save so much time in like looking for sources. I hated doing this shit.
I just didn't do it. I just didn't do it. Whenever we had to write sources, like, I might find a random title and write it, because I know the teacher's not going to use it, because this is like the, earlier in the internet, the old teachers, they don't know how to use the internet. So I just write like, oh, it's from this, that, and this other article and paper, and they don't even know what those are. They don't know how to find them. So if I wrote anything, I would just write some random names. Look at this guy. In my experience, this all only applies to normies, but weird women or men are more morally sound as well as more interesting as people anyway. This is either a 13-year-old or someone that has been hurt in life and is now just being retarded. No, things like this that are so instinctive that you have to rely on that make shit up part of your brain to explain. That's not a normie thing. That's an everyone thing. Weird does not mean you're morally sound. You know what's weird? Going around and killing 100 human beings. Psychos are weird. So no, weird is not more morally sound. Why am I shitting on a chatter? What's going on? I hate when reading such stupid shit like this. The only reason you can write this is because you're young and retarded, or you just are hurt and denying or coping or something, like this is the most I try not to look at chats in these kinds of videos because the chats are always so dumb.
I hated doing this back in school, man.
My God.
We started doing this in high school. Ugh.
What was that?
Nice. I would say, like all things chat, there are examples and grains of truth, but it's not the rule. Like, if you want to attract a specific girl, slapping on a wedding ring is not guaranteed to work.
But will it raise your odds?
Into the realm of like unconscious bias, because it's the same argument used by some people to call you a racist. Okay, like, let's be realistic. And I think the most fair and reasonable take is that I'm sure it can happen, and it has happened, but by no means does that mean that every woman in America is a homewrecker looking to steal a married man. I think we can leave it at that, and, leave it at that and think about, like, how interesting this is. Yeah. Don't care how interesting the other person is, don't care if they're separated. Yeah, like, I think this is a very reasonable take. But is there a negative bias if a man is married? If not, a ring can only help? I don't know. You'd have to ask the question differently with the AI.
We should not be asking AI for information.
The field is rich with further exploration. If you're interested in diving deeper, you should do your own research and find out. And again, you should read the papers yourself, and that's why research is actually a lot of work.
Yeah.
Ads! Yeah, we got ads, I know.
Damn Twitch.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. Yo, Fimble, thank you for the Prime for 9 months. Coasty, thank you for the Prime as well. Cordy, I really appreciate it. Quarty Quarters for 4 months. Married men have been vetted by a woman. Other women see that he must have resources and security. They see it as a shortcut. They don't have to do the work of vetting the man themselves. I totally agree, Canis, but at the same time, we aren't animals. Like, people do have morals. Some people...
Resources and security, but why? How does... I've seen there's married couples living in trailers, like... There's married couples where the moment they have a kid, the guy ups and leaves. Like, I don't think that this action has any conscious thought behind it whatsoever. I think it's instinctive, and therefore it really doesn't matter why, because you don't think about it. The reasons being given are illogical. I mean, women are illogical, but they're not going to get the results aimed for. And I'm pretty sure that humans mainly do what works. Especially when you consider among richer men, there is a culture of being bachelors, because you don't want to waste time on women and you don't want to give them ability to take half of your stuff away from you in a legal system that always favors you if you own a vagina.
Let's just say, like, let's take it as face value. In some religions, like, cheating is, like, perceived as, like you get stoned for that shit. Like, you get killed. Like, adultery is, like, punishable by death in some countries. It's a cultural thing, too. Like, some people value that a lot, and they don't want to, like, get stoned, or, you know, God will smite them down, or they'll go to hell or something. But honestly,
I feel like the government should have nothing to do with marriage. I don't know if religion should. Don't ask me those questions. I don't have an answer. But I feel like the government should have no say in marriage. Because what is marriage these days? It is a ceremony, and it's an expression. Why does the government need to be involved in that? They do it so that they can tax you differently and change your status with literally everything and look at you as like this distinct entity, and so that they know how to split up your stuff when the woman leaves. That's really it. That's why there's laws to acknowledge marriages that are not official. Like, if you're living together, okay, according to the government, you're married now. That's not marriage. The government should not have anything to do with marriage, I feel. Especially because you have to get like a license from them. But the license is just for them to tax you different and to take your shit away from you if you're a guy. So, like, why would any guy go for the license? It makes no sense. It's like giving your shit away for free.
So, you have to say that some people don't give a fuck and they are religious and they still fucking do it because humans also have insane urges and just want to fucking, you know, go crazy. You can't predict human psychology. Yeah, you can study human psychology, but you can't predict it either. People are different. Yeah. We aren't animals. Girls get 50 peepees in her poopy hole. Man, can we not bring up the girl that got 50 dicks in her ass, man, please? I'm talking about like a serious topic.
Somebody did that? Why?
And you're just ruining it.
Alright, that was an interesting video. It wasn't really what I expected, actually, fully, but It also was at the same time. But that's going to be the end of this video. So for now, thank you guys very much for watching. Leave your suggestions for any more of these videos in the comments below. Do not leave links. Leave those in the Discord in the description because YouTube will eat the links. And I'll see you on the next one.